Hi Azri, how's it been?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm all good. So today's video is in conjunction with my co-host, Belle Delphine. She's kind of busy right now, as you guys can see.
Oh wow, hi, PKK.
Yeah, she's kind of thirsty. I don't know why she keeps doing that, man. I'll hydrate her later. I know she was talking about something about like bath water or whatever it is, but I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear that. So, anyways, I hope all's fine with you, and you're someone that I know who's busy with something all the time. So to start
Yeah.
off, to kick things off, we're gonna talk about the pre-show of how Azri got into the local music community. No, actually, I was gonna talk about you as a child, like growing up, like what were your influences and what got you into the music that you listen to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, so like because my late dad is also a metalhead, so like when he sent me to school, he used to own a pickup truck last time. So when he sent me to school, he will on all those cassette tape and such. And I guess since young, I've been listening to it, but I didn't understand. I just like sounds nice. Then until like primary 3, primary 4, then I started listening to CDs and stuff. And after that, I met some friends who are into that also in school. And from there, I just expand my music base till now.
So
Yeah.
good talk about like the importance of parental influence, because you said your dad was a fellow metalhead as well. Like was he like in any bands, or was he just a listener, and he just so happens that while growing up he started to expose you to that kind of music?
Oh, he just listens for fun. He doesn't have like a band or anything because maybe like it's during his era, so he really like Rainbow Dio, Iron Maiden, those stuff. And then I guess it's just like he listens to it but he doesn't attend gigs only attend I think a concert I think the first Metallica concert that was here like way long before I don't know when. Yeah, so just that then after that he just only listens like a casual listener and doesn't play any instrument, I guess, because I didn't see any instrument at home. So yeah, so that's about it.
And then you talk about like friendships and stuff, like what were the bands that your friends introduced to you when you were in school?
Usually those when I was in primary school is the standard one, Metallica, Iron Maiden, Megadeth, and then prior to secondary school was the birth of new metal like Slipknot, Linkin Park, and then those stuff. And then when I went into ITE, most of my classmates are into metalcore, like Killswitch Engage, Atreyu, and then it was ITE is the first time I went to a gig, to a metalcore gig. Then no, they tell me what's moshing is, what is like a wall of death is. I was like, what you're doing? Because I only listen. I don't know any all of this. And like last time there isn't like social media and stuff to see. Yeah, last time was like Yahoo instead of Google. So I wasn't like no nothing. Like some noob there standing there. Why you pushing each other? Don't fight. Yeah. Then no. From there, then NS meet a lot of friends. Then like just like exchange music, like hey, you hear of this band, then you hear of this band, then we just exchange music, and then from there we just like I just like expand into the different subgenre of metal or extreme music, if you call it. Yeah.
I would say that our paths are probably like pretty much the same, because we grew up around like the same era, so to speak. Like, for example, when you said like when in secondary school, like some of the bands that your friends introduced to you were the likes of Slipknot when it was still like the rage, and bands like Linkin Park, and what else? For some reason, I don't know why my friends were into Limp Bizkit,
Limp
but
Bizkit. Limp
yeah.
Bizkit. Yeah.
But here's the thing, though, like Limp Bizkit
Korn.
gets ridiculed. Yeah, Korn as well. Like, they get ridiculed for how cheesy they are and everything. But when you are like 13 and 14, you thought it was like one of the most amazing things you have ever listened to,
Yeah, man. Like all those like rage and jumping and screaming and stuff. And like wow, so cool.
And the backward caps and
I know you
everything.
look like back like hey. Yes, yeah, and the title what chocolate starfish something is it? I forget.
No, you gotta say like
Yeah,
chocolate starfish and a hot dog flavored water.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, sound like legends. Yeah, later I go find that song again.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of Limp Bizkit, so you and I, we are both wrestling fans. We are huge wrestling fans, man. Let's not even like sugarcoat it. But remember the time when Limp Bizkit was like the rage, and they written themselves into wrestling history because they provided songs for The Undertaker when he was the American Badass.
Yeah.
And
Keep rolling.
and what else? What was the other? Oh yeah, I think they provide like a WrestleMania song or something.
Opening theme song. I think
I
there
know.
were quite a few metal bands, right? Opening for WWE during the era. Like I think I forgot what's one of them. Sliver is it or something?
Yeah,
Also
Sliver.
open for WrestleMania. Yeah,
There was
that's cool.
Sliver, and I believe there was a band as well that. Okay, now I can't exactly recall, but that the band that plays Batista's theme song.
Who's song?
Batista.
Batista. Oh, I cannot remember that one.
It's actually
I,
from a band that actually covers it, and that's the thing we're gonna talk about. Like we're gonna talk about secondary school years and discovering music. One of the most unorthodox ways that we discover bands is through wrestling,
yeah, true.
right?
Yeah, it's like when you hear the song, like, wow, who played this? And then you go look it up, and then like, wow, this band, like, wow, awesome.
Like I remember when in the 90s, when they had the likes of like Bret Hart and the Undertaker, and this was back when it was like Ministry era Undertaker, and then you see this guy. Like for example, like, when I saw Shawn Michaels, like to me he was like my definition of what a rock star looks like, more like glam rock, so to speak. But it's that panache, that package, that whole like I'm just a sexy boy, you know. When you
Yes,
look at
yeah,
him,
and the leather jacket and all.
like
What is group? Huh?
sorry,
He has a tag team right last time.
yeah, it was
He has
called
a
the
tag team.
Rockers,
Yeah.
the Rockers and Money Jannetty.
Yes, yeah. Awesome, yeah.
And I think that's the part of the reason as to why um, rock and wrestling are always intertwined, because as kids while growing up, when we look at wrestlers and we can't think of exact definition of to put a finger to as to what makes them like cool and stuff. Like you just look at your gimmick and you're just like, man, I want to be like that guy and stuff. And also for those who are fans of Bret Hart, fuck you. I hate Bret Hart.
You don't say that, lah. You're gonna hurt a lot of feelings, you know.
I don't give a shit. Do you realize that whenever I go to a show and then when Mikey like puts on like his
Mike?
Bret Hart shirt,
Oh, huh? Yeah.
I give shit for that, man, because I don't like Bret Hart. I think Bret Hart's a whiny bitch. I'm a Shawn Michaels kind of guy, man. I'm a corporate guy through and through, man. And
Awesome.
it all leads to like a lot of things, I would say, when it comes to wrestling. Like, okay, we talk about in the 90s, we talk about Shawn Michaels, and then like in the 2000s, aside from Chris Jericho, because Chris Jericho had like that larger than life personality and that whole like rock star vibe and such. And he even sang his own theme song,
Fozzy.
Fozzy. And now he's the lead singer of Fozzy.
Yeah.
Now,
And then, right?
I'm not gonna play Judas right now because he might just come out and just give me the Judas effect, man. But Chris Jericho, if you were to listen to this by some weird coincidence, please interview me for your podcast as well because you're my idol.
Have a little bit of the bubble.
A bit of the bubble. And then maybe someday when I get to his stage, I'll have my own inner circle as well, man.
Awesome, yeah.
I get my
That'll be
own
awesome.
entourage and shit. But then of course, like I think then after that, like guys like Age as well, like I don't know, like I love the tag team at the beginning, like Age and Christian, and then when he went solo and then he had what was the first thing he used? Oh yeah, it was Never Gonna Stop by Rob Zombie. And because of
Yeah.
that, I actually went out and buy that very album from Rob Zombie.
Awesome. HMV, or gramophone.
I would say HMV.
Okay.
I was more of a HMV kind of guy, man. I didn't really go to gramophone for some reason because I thought that gramophone was probably like the place that you go to buy like classical or, you know,
Like
upper
those
upper class.
commercial stuff.
Yeah, sort of thing. And I thought HMV was like the alternative kind of place to go to because they had like the metal section was so prominent, and that was where I checked out like bands such as, I won't say Slipknot, Mushroom Head, Mudvayne, those new metal
Mm-hmm.
bands and stuff. I even bought like a Korn album just because I just happened to see it.
Awesome.
And my friends were just like, "Why do you listen to this kind of music?" And I was like, "I don't know. Like, I find it catchy, man. Like, it's good stuff, you know. It's not like pop music or anything." And that's the thing about like rock and wrestling. Like, it always comes hand in hand. Even like now, like they always have that kind of there's some sort of partnership and stuff. But back to the actual topic at hand. When you start to discover like more bands such as Trio and Kill Switch and Gage, and you're being exposed to like another set of genres, like how do you take this in like as a teenager? Like, do you want to like just concentrate on these bands, or do you like go out there and try to discover more bands that are similar to this?
For me, because last time we don't have like all this Spotify and stuff, so usually it's like I went to gramophone because it's a bit cheaper, and then so I just like I randomly just pick any CD that I see the cover is like nice, like the artwork like wow, but then I don't know about the band. I just buy it, then go home listen to it, and sometimes I regretted it, but most not so lah. Most of it I like Opeth. I didn't know about Opeth. I just buy the CD. Then like, why the song so long once, yeah. But it's nice lah. Like, wow, okay, well, like something different I never heard before. Yeah, even Lamb of God, I never heard of Lamb of God before. They just buy the CD. And like, wow, this is like nice, and stuff. And then when YouTube came along, then it's like, oh, my life is complete. I just search any band, just listen. Then like friends say, hey, check out this band. Just okay, just YouTube it, and just that's why is it lah. So for me, like as long as it's nice, doesn't matter what subgenre is it. I just listen to it lah. Or punk or metal or grindcore, new metal or I don't know, some more others lah. Hello.
A lot, man. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Reggae metal, or I don't know, Bullet for My Valentine. Tears don't fall,
Yeah.
they fall around
The stuff
me.
lah.
I sorry, I think
Yeah.
if Zamir would like listen to this episode, I think he might just like share a tear as well, man. Because we were talking, because in one of the previous episodes we were talking about bands like Trio and Kill Switch and Avenged Sevenfold and such, and these are like the bands that will always resonate in our hearts. So like, even though they're not our favorite bands anymore, or we don't really care about what they do, but if they were to release new material, for example, like we would be like, oh, this has been a while since I listened to that band. Like, I'm surprised they're still
Yeah.
active.
But I still I do listen to Q-Switch Engage still lah. Like for the rest I don't. And the only band that I don't listen to is Avenged Sevenfold. Because no offense to all those who love them, I just can't accept the way he sing. Just that lah. But their music is nice lah. But I just don't like like, oh, everyone like A7X. Then when we go jamming, can you cover chapter 4? Hey, you know the song to play. Ayo, kanina. So many songs out there every time. Can you play chapter 4? Hey, what the hell? Ayo. Those kind then like, this band is like too overhyped for me. Yeah, but I just don't like the vocal lah. The music is nice though. If they remove, what's his name? Some M Shadow, is it?
I'm Shadows.
Yeah. So like replace him, I think I'm okay. I think so. Like more go and clean vocals.
So I'm guessing that you're not one of those kids who had like, I don't know, man, Azri Gates at the back of the name or something.
No. My friend's name was Art Friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my friend's name was Art Enemy. Friend changed to enemy. Then when I created Facebook, I just put my real name, Mama Azri Sazali. Until now, since the first day of Facebook until now, I just put my real name. Because I don't want to be like some cringy name. Then in the future, I'll be like, hey, why my name like this, yeah? Like, so a lot of people like to put their I cannot say the Reverend Zri or something. I don't know.
I remember,
So
I
I
remember
don't want
like, I remember like how before like Facebook like came into prominence and we have to pretty much use our real names, so to speak. Like we had like Friendster and like MySpace and everything. We could like just come up with like whatever names we want, man.
Oh yeah, true. But Friendster cool, yeah. Friendster you can lay out your page, yeah, like customize color, the fonts. Like for me, it's very cool, lah. Leave a testimonial.
Oh my, I remember that, man. Like how they were asking like, hey, leave me a testy.
Yeah, confirm. When you meet a new friend, end me up, leave me a testy. Okay, testicle is it?
I remember this. I can even tell you like the exact location in which I created my Friendster account. And that was when I was at the DNT workshop. So we're just like,
Lah.
so we were just like me and my classmates were just like sitting at the row of tape, the row that had computers on it, and we were doing like some sort of like design, something like that, and then we started to like log on to Friendster and shit. And then my friend was like, dude, add me up, man, add me up, man. And I was like, yeah, sure. Hey, dude, leave me a testy, man, leave me a testy. I was like, but I know you. Like it's not like, you know, we graduated and then like it's like no, my friend had to explain to me what testimony was, and I was like, okay, yeah, sure, man, I'll leave you a testy, man. And I can even still remember
Some people like some people they like their wall to be filled with so many comments, just like hi or anything or just a smile. Like for what, yeah.
and then
So many things, and some more Friendster doesn't have a notification, right? So you have to go to your profile and to be able to see, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah. I think that's how it works. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
And now we live in a day and age where like we do not like people spamming our fucking wall.
True, yeah. Like nowadays you can't be bothered. You want to post, you post lah. Don't want to post, don't post lah. You add me as a friend, don't talk also. I still friend you lah.
So I feel kind of bad because like when I started like virtual visitation and when I started posting like links and everything, part of me feels kind of bad because that's not how I am, you know. Like I don't like to spam people's walls and everything. I'm trying to be considerate and stuff, but then at the same time I realize, okay, you know, at least I'm not a person that posts like frequently or like forces you to like my page. When to me it's like, okay, I have content I just want to share, and if you want to scroll down or anything, it's fine. And but that being said, like I do not like people who share like 10 to 20 articles a day expecting me to like read every single one of them. And chances are like these people don't even read articles, you know, they just want to share because clout.
Yeah, I know. I have some friends like that. Like you can see by the hours, like per day, they post like I think 10 or 12 posts, or maybe more than 20. And I see the hours, 6 hours ago, 7 hours ago, 8 hours ago. Oh, this guy's so free. Yeah.
Well, talking about like free time, when we talk about artwork, and you are someone that does illustrations, so what are your influences when you started to pursue this hobby of just like drawing at the very beginning?
Oh, I probably say when I was a kid, my late dad bought for me comics from, I think, Salvation Army, like those random American comics like Spider-Man and Batman. Then I was just like, see the art is like so nice. Then I just try to follow it. And then last time there was a show called Art Attack, if you remember.
Oh yeah.
Then Art Attack, every time they show like some drawings, I'm like, wow, so cool. I want to draw that. Then I just draw and just draw. Then when I enter school, there was art as a subject. Then it's like pick my interest. So I just like draw. But then sadly, secondary school doesn't have any art for me. I only have art until Sec 2. And then there's no more art. So I just draw for fun until I reached ITE and Friendster came along. And then I add up people who draws and just become friends. And that's also when I got into the local scene because one of the person is like a gig organizer. Then he saw my artwork. Then he asked, "Would you help me draw a gig poster, like a flyer?" And I said, "Okay." Then after drawing for him for like I think 3-4 times, he asked me, "Can you help me draw for this gig?" Can you put my band inside? Then okay lah. But I didn't have any band. Just after that, he said okay. Then I find people to make a band. Then we just go in lah.
Is it what, your own band? Create your own band or?
Yeah, last time our band just for fun. Like some like secondary IT time, we just jam for fun.
Yep.
So when he asked me to do the flyer, I asked him if I do the flyer, I want you to put my band inside as well to perform. And he said okay. But then actually my band is not those serious type, just like for fun. Like, hey, how come suddenly got gig one? Like again, just try. Then okay. Then that's how I just meet people.
So the gig, is it like a? Do you remember what's the name of the gig to begin with?
I think Kamikaze Assault something. Kamikaze Assault 2. Yeah. Then that's the first time that I met most of the people who I know until now. Like Shamila, Tina, Kasman. So many. Got a lot. But I forget their name. Sorry guys.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. Do not worry. I don't think they'll know either. I mean, come on, man. It's been years, man. Like I can't even recall like the people that I met at my first show where I went. So it's all cool. But I'll say this is the one thing that I find it really awesome for those who study in IT or like polytechnics. Like they have friends who are into like similar music and taste, and there's always that spirit of togetherness where they're like, oh, there's a show. Oh, you like that kind of music? You're like, hey, there's like a show, and like just come along, like check it out and stuff. And I think that's really awesome. This is really cool, and this is something that cannot be seen if, say, you study in like in a junior college, for example, or in my case, I studied in a private international school. So, but mine was not like one of those like UWC or anything. It was just like a small international school, and I was not exposed to like the local scene up till a later age. I think it was like close to ORD maybe. And for you guys, like, I mean, for you especially, like, I think it's cool, like, you know, when you go to like ITE, for example, and you have friends who not only go for shows, but they organize shows, they play for bands and everything. And I think in some way you kind of like caught the bug as well, you know.
Yeah. It's like then every time like, hey, come to this gig blah blah blah. Come lah, help me do flyer lah. Yeah, like little stuff.
How do you do those slides? Do you just like draw it from scratch, or do you like use a computer application or something?
I last time I didn't know Photoshop, so every single word on the poster I hand draw. Yeah, if I can show you next time, I show you a picture. I didn't have it now.
Yeah, no worries, man.
So so everything I just hand draw, from the details to the band name and blah blah blah, and then I just print a photocopy, then just distribute lah. Put at jamming studio or give some to the organizer, and then he just like pass around. Yeah.
And was it done in school?
I know, at home.
No. It's like we pass the flyers around. That's what I meant.
Oh, no, I made because the one who organized doesn't come from my school. Like the organizer usually is from, I think, different school lah. Yeah. So then I will take some, then I pass to my friend who is in my school to just come for this gig lah and stuff. Yeah. And some more during that time, I think got Facebook already was it Friendster? Forget lah. So just upload lah. Yeah,
I would say it might have been Facebook, but Facebook was not advanced just as yet. It was still in its teething stages, so I don't think it was Facebook.
Yeah,
I was probably Friendster.
I think Friendster. I still cannot recall. It's very long already. No.
Okay, as long as it's not tag, it's fine. Okay.
No, I don't play tag. I only got Friendster and Facebook only.
Sure, I gotta tell you a story about this, man. Like the reason how I knew about like tag was because when I was in NS, and I'm a combat medic, so I'm stationed at the medical center. And we have like ambulance drivers, and sometimes at night when they have nothing else to do, like we have computers, and they'll go onto that computer and go on to tag, and they're like, checking out girls and everything. And then I was such a pure and wholesome kid back then, man. So when I come back from like a cover, for example, like after outfield or something, and I'll be walking past, I'll be like, what is this guys doing? Like, why are you looking at girls, man? Like, I'm just like, okay. I didn't want to question because I don't want to get into trouble. As it is, like I already got into like a bit of conflict with them sometimes because of how I was. But I want to see like some of my other mates will be joining in the fun and be like checking girls out and everything. I'm just like, okay, I don't get involved because I don't want to get into trouble. You see, my objective for national service for those 2 years was to just stay out of trouble and not get caught.
And
not get caught. Yeah, precisely. I just want to survive, man. I just want to like get out of camp and just meet my girlfriend. I don't want to like get into this kind of situations and stuff. But we're gonna talk about illustrations as well. Like, it is quite evident that in the metal music community, for example, like some of the artwork that is being done through illustrators. If you look at Black Dahlia Murder, for example, or if you look at it's even a tree, or even like Lamb of God, like you look at all those artwork illustrations, like what are some of your favorites and why?
Wow, these are hard questions, yeah. For me,
now it sounds like from the Singapore Art Museum.
For me, I would say Manowar. Because if you see all the cover, the same artist, and it's constant. And like, when you see the cover, you like, even though they didn't put the band name, hey, this one confirm Manowar, yeah, like those stuff. Instead of mostly bands, they keep changing artists with different albums. Then you see like, who's here? Then you see the name, oh, this band. And for me lah. So it's like, for me, it's like, wow, this guy good, yeah. He did all the Manowar albums, if I'm correct. Because I see all the artwork like same like that. Then yeah lah. So it's like, for me, like that's cool. I want to be like this guy someday, like make album for a particular band all the way till forever and stuff. And I'm glad I did some for my own band. Yeah.
And the name of your band is
Monster Mother. We play some simple music like relax song. You can check us on Bandcamp. But our song very short, like few seconds. Yeah lah.
It's okay, man. So it's BC, man, and they play like I don't know all their albums in one set. So
shout out to BC. Hi Israk. Hi Marcus. Hi Nasri. Hi Zul. Telin.
But we're gonna talk about album artworks and illustrations and such, and that's a very interesting choice of artwork, I must say, because for one, I'm a huge Manowar fan.
My hand like that.
No, it's okay, man. Don't trouble yourself.
Hell and kill.
And you're right. I would say one of the most distinctive things about Manowar is, aside from the fact that they are singing about some fantasy world or whatever it is, or overly masculine things, is the artwork. And every single Manowar album that you come across, the artwork is so distinctive. It's reminiscent of let me see, like the Conan, like the Conan the Barbarian, those kind of the kind of eras.
Conan, yeah.
And when you look at those warrior kinds and everything, and you're right, like I would say that's part of the whole appeal of Manowar, where you look at the album cover and you are just intrigued by it. And I think it also compels you to buy it as well, because you're like, wow, if this band's gonna sing about pillaging a village and being like ultra masculine and being like kings of metal and shit, then fuck, I'm gonna buy his album, man.
Yes, yeah.
And I think in the same vein as well, like bands like Iron Maiden and Megadeth, like they have very interesting artwork as well.
Yeah, Iron Maiden, I think they're also the same artist, I think. And the good thing, they have their own what's it called? Their own character. mascot. Yeah, they have their own mascot, Eddie. So you just put an Eddie, even though different people draw the cover, you like, oh, this one I made it. Yeah, they like, wow, nice. Yeah, those stuff. Which is good but the artwork also awesome. Yeah, so nice. I like Power Slave one.
Oh yeah, the one for Power Slave was, I would say the about artwork for Power Slave definitely stood out because it was somewhat sort of a slight departure from the usual illustrations that they do for their previous albums. And Power Slave was like based in Egypt, and it just stood out because of the like the contrast and the colors and everything. Again, it stood out because of that. You know, same thing with Megadeth as
Yes,
well.
yeah.
Like when I look at the album, the artwork and everything, I think it's way better. And this is why I feel that made them stood out away from Metallica. I don't know, but I think Metallica has nice artwork, yes, but it pales in comparison to what Megadeth has, at least for me.
Yeah.
And
Megadeth has the Vic Rattlehead. Metallica got the star, the stupid star.
also like while growing up, I mean, if you talk about artwork, I feel like it plays an important role when it comes to promoting the band's music because people are visual creatures. You know, they're enticed by what they see on the facade. And as a child growing up, I mean, I didn't grow up in a rock and metal family, but when I was, going to a cassette shop and I look at some of the artwork, like I get enticed by what I see. For example, like Scorpions, like some of the artwork I see, it catches your eye, man. Because
Yeah.
it's done like from scratch. It's none of the manufactured Photoshop crap that you come across today, and the amount of time that is being taken to do the outlining and the coloring and everything, like it shows as well.
Yes, yeah. And like for I think those like olden artwork, all of it are hand drawn, like from the font to everything. So it's like meticulously drawn, hand drawn, each everything and stuff. So it's like if you do some error on it, you can like Control Z and save your life. You're like fuck it, I cannot spoil this artwork. Yeah, like once done is done. Like now with the invention of Photoshop and all, like or you can just like control and save a copy. Is good lah. It's a good thing and bad thing. The good thing is you can save time and you can undo your wrongdoings. But the bad thing for me is like you take your work not so how to say like not so serious because you can just Control Z and edit your stuff if you do some mistake. Whereas if you draw traditionally, that's it lah. Wrong lah. Die lah. Redraw.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that's totally true, man. I agree with you as well, and I think that's also why in this day and age, like when we notice with like newer albums and everything, there is two things that stand out. One, for the fact that most bands don't even release a physical copy anymore. Like most of them are digital and are online.
Mm.
And when that happens, you are not able to look through the artwork, and the contents of that album sleeve as well. And that's something that I feel is a lost art. And this is
Yeah.
like part of the reason why I still prefer to buy CDs from like some of my favorite bands because I want to check out the artwork. I want to look into the details, and there's some sort of a story that is taking place as well.
Yeah, and the lyrics and like most of the like album sleeve, there's artwork also inside which they don't post online. Like let's say you listen to them through Spotify, you just see the album art and that's it. And whereas you buy the CD, you can like flip through and read everything and stuff, and who's the artist, who do this artwork, and you can check out the artist, like look at this so and stuff. Yeah, that's the beauty of physical CD, I guess.
Totally agree with you. So when I bought my first CD, it was Marilyn Manson Hollywood, and when I purchased,
Oh,
yeah, that that's me, man. I'm still a kid beneath, man. So when I bought a CD
okay,
from,
what?
okay, but here's the thing, like part of the reason why I bought a CD was because of the artwork, because it stood out.
Okay.
It was scary, it was shocking, and I remember this because that was it looked as though it was being hung from a cross, if I recall this correctly. And then the moment I bought
Yeah.
the CD, when I popped it into my CD player and I listened to it, I was looking through the artwork, and it's a lot of detail goes into it. And you look at not just Marilyn Manson, the singer, but you look at the other band members, and they are also like playing a part in this, and it's like a concept, there's like an idea behind it. And this is like part of the reason why physical media can always exist, because of artwork. I would say that's one of the major reasons. And I think it's the same thing for like vinyl listeners as well. They'll tell you the same thing as well. Like you can't digitize this kind of experiences, because it's something that you look at it visually, and you have to touch it, and you have to flip through it as well.
Yeah, true.
But
Some more vinyl.
Yeah, support
Some more vinyl. The art is like so big. Then it's like, wow, you appreciate the detail they put inside. Then you can see it like in your hand. Like, wow, so nice. Yeah, he draw. No, there's those stuff. Yeah. Instead of like Spotify, just one small square. Like, oh, the drawing nice. Okay, then just put aside. Yeah.
And just like you won't look at it, man. You'll just probably like play in the background and just like switch your phone off, and you won't even notice it at all.
Yeah, true.
Right? I mean, that's what I feel about it. And here's the thing, like even as years go by, and as you collect more and more CDs, like these items will still be in your house. And sometimes, from time to time you get bored, and I think you just take them out and just have a look at it and just admire the artwork for what it is.
Yeah, and you can like reminiscence, like, oh yeah, I buy this with my pocket money. Then you can like think back, oh, last time I used to do like extra jobs just to buy this CD and stuff. I went to this place which is closed down to get the CD. Like, a lot of memories, yeah. Like if you buy a physical stuff, yeah, instead of just like, okay, internet, then click the band and listen to it. Yeah.
But I gotta say, one of my favorite artworks for a band would be, this might not come as a surprise to you, Children Bodom.
Oh, which one? I can only tell the difference by the color. They got blue, green, red, right? White,
Yeah.
black.
Actually,
I cannot recall the names.
So the things that on my desk, I have a collection of CDs I place aside, and these are basically bands from Finland, because I am a huge fan of Finnish bands, of course. I'm not too sure if you can see it, but I've got the CD of Children Bodom from the Blood Drunk album, and I think I see if you can see it. There you go. Oops. Sorry, Bell definitely.
Wait. Hello, hi. EKK.
Whoops. Sorry, guys. Okay, you know what? I'm being such a cock tease, man.
Hey, today's Saturday night, yeah.
Whoops. But yeah, you're right. Like, how do you tell the difference between like one Children Bodom album for another? To be honest with you, I can't tell the difference either. I just go by the color, and it's always like there's the red album, and there's the blue album, and there's the green album, then there's the black album. And this is where we go back to the idea of mascots. Like, for example, when you spoke about how Megadeth has Vic Ratherhead, how Iron Maiden has Eddie. Children of Bodom has like the Reaper, like being represented throughout all their albums, and I think it's one of those few little nuances that really makes the band stand out. And even now, like in this day and age, people actually discuss about illustrations and artwork in the metal community, which I think is amazing. And that's also as to why when you start doing your illustrations and you start posting on Facebook, I thought it was really awesome, because it's one of those things that people don't exactly pursue. Like most people, like in the metal community, for example, they'll go for like being on stage performing, or maybe being a sound engineer, for example. But we tend to overlook like the other people, the other individuals out there who focus on other aspects of the metal community, such as, well, let me see, photography, for example. And
Hi Donald.
Hi Donald. He does awesome photos, man. And to a lesser extent, guys who do artwork, because it's not an easy job. Like, it's what I mean. Like, yes, let's talk about that as well. Like, for you, who are like some of your local inspirations when it comes to doing
Well,
illustration?
actually, I would say Arif Rod,
Shout out to
Clock
Arif.
2. You know, Clock 2 is like some graffiti artist. And some of my friends like Eric Cartoon, Iqbal, but they are not in the metal scene. On the metal scene, only know Arif who draws. Sama who? That's all. Yeah.
Pioneer.
Clock. Yeah, Clock 2, I don't think he listen to metal, but his drawing is nice. Yeah. That's for the local people. And yeah lah. Yeah.
and then there's you as well.
No lah, he's just a small guy. Tiny guy.
No man, don't say that. So I remember this when you started like when you started like showcasing your illustrations on social media, and I got really excited. I was telling you like, dude, like you should like do something about this. Like you should elevate this to like a higher level and stuff. And you're so modest about it. You were saying that no, I'm just doing this for fun, and you know it's just a small time thing and everything. But yet, as time went on, you had your works being exhibited for galleries and showcases and whatnot. So can you just run through on some of the exhibits that you were being featured in?
Wow. I can't remember. I think there was this thing called Noise Singapore. It's like a showcase of young illustrators and artists, and you can submit your stuff to them. So I just submit my stuff. It was a drawing of some guy got his face peeled. Because I didn't know if they would accept because no Singapore. Then I thought they would be like biased towards violent drawing and stuff. But then they took it and they displayed it and like wow, cool. And like okay, like these things can they accept like violent drawings and gore drawings. And then I was contacted by them to make postcards for them and they paid me. Oh, my uncle go shop yeah, so anything or not. Then they paid me for the postcard. And then after that I joined this group called Band of Doodlers. It's like some drawing group in Singapore based in Singapore. So when I joined them, coincidentally they have an exhibition coming, and then they asked if I'm interested to showcase my drawing. Then I say okay, and then from there slowly exhibit here and there, like locally. For overseas, I've exhibited in Kuala Lumpur. I think last 2 years. It was because my friend's dad was a painter, and he was asking me if I'm interested to put my work in a gallery in KL. And he said, "There's no team, you can just draw whatever you want." So I draw a skull, something on a canvas, and just pass to him. And then he bring to the gallery. And I went to the gallery also on the opening night just to see my drawing there in KL. Like, wow, my drawing KL. Like
I've
awesome there.
made it.
Then yeah, I made it even though it's just Malaysia, but yay. Yeah, and that's about it. I think the furthest my drawing ever been was I forgot, is it UK or Australia? Australia or what? Like some sticker thing. We submit art, our sticker art to them, and then they just put in some exhibition. And but that was in during very long ago. So I'm not sure whether I still have the photo or not. As for the one in UK, also quite long. Some drawing of like some cartoony thingy. I can't remember. Yeah. So yeah lah. But I'm glad lah. Like I just do for fun, and I get all this opportunity. Yeah.
And I had the honor of attending one of these exhibits.
Thank you.
It was an honor because sometimes, like, you know, especially when you're working at adult, like it's really hard for you to like make time for like other things as well. And when you told me that you had an exhibition, and what's that location? That place?
Cult Gallery.
Cult Gallery.
Cult Gallery.
And when I went there, I took a look at some of the works that were being exhibited, and it was so fascinating because, for one, I may not be able to explain in detail as to what, you know, what pencils or what finishing or whatever it is being used, but I can at least appreciate the effort and the talent that goes into the artwork, for example. And when we talk about, say, comics, for example, like I grew up reading Western comics, mostly Marvel, DC, the usual. But also at the same time, I was exposed to a comic imprint that was called 3080, I believe.
Oh, Judge Dredd.
Yeah, there you go. That was the 3080. So they had two comic series under their purview. So one of them was Judge Dredd, which I thought was really awesome because he's this like future police guy, and he's actually pretty much like an anarchist, man. Like, he's not exactly even a cop. But some of the themes that were being addressed and whatnot were it's actually kind of like reflective of what is ever happening like in real life as well, where if you give someone too much power, they'll just fucking abuse it. And this is in spite the titular character proclaiming that I am the law.
You must make the movie one, the mouse sengit. I am the law.
Shout out to Anthrax. But there was also another like comic series that was less popular. It was called Slain or something like that. I think it was based on a warrior that was from an Irish tribe. So it's like an Irish warrior, so to speak. And then it addresses things like mysticism and spirituality and stuff. And then you had like serpents and warrior queens and whatnot. I was trying to see if I can find a link for you to look into it, but the important thing here is actually the artwork, where I saw a complete contrast to what I'm so accustomed to when reading like DC and Marvel, because they are being produced for like for the mass for the general public, so to speak. It's meant for general consumption, and some storylines are pretty like easy to follow and such. But then when you look into comics like Judge Dredd or even what was it, Spawn?
Yeah, Spawn, the boy.
And they dabble in like darker themes, and there's gore, and there's even like eroticism being involved and such, And and for you, like, what are some of the elements that inspire you when it comes to illustration? Like, what are the things that come to mind, or the themes that will just hit you right away when you want to start on something?
Well, for me, actually there's almost anything. Like I don't, if you realize my drawing, I don't stick to one like a theme or how to say. Like I basically just draw whatever I like anything from, I don't know, monster, or but I like monster the most because you don't need to have any logic to draw monster.
Some other.
Yeah, hi Kai. Hello Kyrie.
By the way,
Forgot to shout out to him.
For those who do not know, Monster Mother is Azri's band. It's a two-piece, and you can check it out. They play modern stuff.
Yeah, like Justin Bieber stuff. So like for drawing, basically I don't have any theme. I just pretty much draw whatever I like. And if I have no idea, I will just like go look up internet, like Instagram or what, then just see other people's artwork. Just like get some idea and just draw. Yeah. So basically you can just turn anything into and the drawing for me lah. And need to expand your ideas. Same like music, like people say don't just stick to metal, listen to other genre. The same as drawing also. Don't just stick to a particular theme. Don't just draw like gore stuff. Should try drawing other stuff. Maybe the other stuff will like show your talent more. Like you can draw other things better and stuff. I don't know how to explain, but I hope you understand.
No, I totally get you, man. Don't worry. Like I say, I may not
My
be.
English fail.
No, don't say that, dude.
Yeah.
It could be worse, man. You could be like one of those like social influencers who sound as though they've got to read a fucking textbooks when they're in school.
Hey, I want to know how they get money, yeah. So good. I still want to just promote stuff.
Dude, I want to know as well, man. Like I can seriously tell you that this video series. Good thing is I do have a Patreon sponsor. So shout out to Pantheon Percussions for donating.
Hi, Pentheon.
He's a really cool guy. Like, actually, to be honest, like I'm not doing a plug. Now I sound like Chris Jericho in his podcast, but you as a drummer, like you should check out Pantheon Percussions, man. They do really awesome bespoke drumming equipment, and it's based in Singapore as well. So support local.
Yay! Support local.
And yeah, I think it's really. I mean, like we're talking about like sponsorship for like content creation, for example. Like I would say the reason why like those social media influencers, the reason why they can get money out of what they do is because, well, I'll tell you honestly, it's sponsored ads. They pay a shitload of money to social media platforms to do advertisements for them and everything. And sometimes appearances play a part. I will not deny that. As well as promoting products, so to speak. So, and it's basically products that their friends own or something. So it's a very easy thing to do for them, at least. So basically, they get a free pass when it comes to like being a social media influencer. Whereas for the likes of me, I don't really care about fame or attention or getting how many views or likes, because at the end of the day, all I want to do is just talk to my friends and just hear your stories, man. Like, and this is like the best opportunity for me to do so, because you know how it is at shows. You know, we go in there, we rock out to our favorite bands and everything, and our conversations are always like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And it's mostly not even like serious topics. We're just talking shit about each other. Or we are just doing the too sweet and everything because of one asshole that's called me. And that's the thing. Like I realized that at shows, you hear, you know, bits and parts of what you do and everything. And for me, I'm most curious to know what my friends do aside from music or aside from what they do at work. So when this circuit breaker thing took place, I told myself, well, you know what? Why don't I just like ring out all my friends and we just talk about anything under the sun and just learn about them even more, about their influences or what inspired them to do what they do. And so far, I'm so happy that I have friends who are very receptive to the idea and coming forth to talk about their experiences and everything. Because I would say in a way, like when your friends were to watch the videos as well, like when let's say it's an episode featuring you and then they watch it and they realize that, oh, okay, this is what Azri is being inspired by and everything. They learn something about you as well. And I think that's like the most awesome thing that I want to achieve, which is the fact that we all learn something about each other. And that's good enough for me. Now I sound like a Sesame Street song.
Big Bird Dalif.
No, man. I would say I'm more of a snuffleupagus, man.
Awesome.
Snuffleupagus. But yeah, that's the only thing I hope to achieve, and that is just talk to my friends and learn something new from them. And I think that comes thereafter. I honestly, I just think it's a nice blessing, really. So again, I also like to thank Pentin Percussion for being very vocal and actually walking the walk by sponsoring the show in a sense.
Oh, thank you, Pantheon.
I think they're gonna increase the amount now. But finally, you know, I'm gonna address this one other interesting facet about your illustration works and the fact that it has a distinct Japanese influence. And we're talking about this also goes back to our childhood years where we grew up watching Godzilla and Ultraman and
Doraemon. I like Doraemon, yeah. Come on.
And that's not so cool anymore. Okay, fine. Doraemon. So can I simply say that these are your main influences when it comes to like coming up with an illustration? Because I do know for a fact that you're a huge fan of like Japanese productions, so to speak.
Hentai. Yeah, but I like Godzilla lah. Yeah, but I do like Godzilla, and I like for some reason, I'm not sure why, but I like to see Yakuza because their tattoos are very intricate. Be it the male or female. And then when you see the drawing on their body, it's like wow, damn nice. It's like an art, But of course, you can look at them in real life. Later they beat you up, right? If, like you stare at them so long, but actually you're just looking at the drawing, like admiring the art. Then they will think like you're finding trouble with them. Yeah, but yes, it's cool lah. So I like those Japanese stuff, and because of monster mostly, like Ultraman, Godzilla, Gamera, all originated from Japan, and like robots, like Gundam and stuff, and anime. Like there's thousands of anime out there, like never
And
ending.
hentai.
And hentai, ike. Yeah.
And that is why Belle Delphine is here today, man, as my co-host. She doesn't
She
say
cannot
much
talk.
though. Sorry?
She cannot talk.
No, man, she's having a ahegao moment right now, man.
So
Like honestly, like I would say that this episode is simply to entice all the thirst traps boys. What the hell am I saying? I mean, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of doing this. Like, I don't have to worry about societal expectations or producers like breathing down my neck or like Vincent Kennedy McMahon telling me that I should promote this and promote that, or 5-hour energy drink because it's good for you. Oh shit! Sorry. Change the channel.
so
Anyway, dude, like, you know what? Thank you so much for dropping by. It's an honor, again it's an honor to have a conversation with you. And
hey, thanks for calling me also. I'm very shy one. Cover my face now.
Seriously, man, I am so humble. Like every single episode, I am so humbled by the fact that I have very, very talented friends and they really work so hard towards what they do. And I think that's like more power to them, man, because we need more of this kind of people in our society where it's all about rolling up your sleeves and working hard and pursuing what they love. And that's what you do as well, man. And that's why I have mad respect for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Right.
for respecting me. But okay lah. All friend Thanks for liking my stuff. And yeah. I don't know what to say. I'm very shy. Close my face again.
Okay, man. I'm gonna head off and fight a kaiju right now. So
Yeah.
I'll see you soon, brother.
Same. Take care, man. Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye. EKK.